Welcome back. We're in the studio, and I think a lot of us, if we all knew that we did have the power to manifest or draw things or attract things into our lives, we would want to do it a little more often, wouldn't we?
We sure would.
This is the topic that we're talking about today with our, every time I say regular, I always want to laugh. Okay, she is our expert who is on the show regularly. Her name is Sue-Ann Bablinka, and she is a psychic medium. Welcome back. Last time you were on, I said she's our regular psychic, and you're like, regular.
Exactly.
But we're not talking about
We
that
won't
kind
call
of
you the
thing.
regular psychic.
No.
anymore, Sue-Ann.
Okay.
There you go. So
Manifestation. Interesting. I'm going to tell a story after, but we'll start with the manifestation in that it's funny because when you think about it, if thoughts are things, you manifest your life every day.
You sure
There's
do.
so many courses out there about learn how to manifest and bring great things into your world. What the issue really is what are the speech patterns, thought patterns, familial patterns that are preventing you from manifesting what you want. That's what you have to identify.
I read a story yesterday. We have so much stress because we're always thinking about everything else and not just living in that moment.
Oh, in the now. That's the
Yeah.
big thing right now, living in the now.
Yeah.
But life is so different now than it used to be, and prioritization is the biggest issue. That's
No
the thing that's
kidding.
gotten out of control.
Yeah.
Well, something I'm listening to a lot lately, they talk a lot about, feeling good right now. And they try to remind, I guess the people who produce this,
Remember,
the
is
stuff that I
word
listen
they?
to, I don't have the same they as you do, Psychic Sue-Ann, but this CD that I'm listening to, the speakers talk about the fact that what you think about, you get, and you are, and you have what you think about most of the time.
That's correct.
And it's so simple, but where are our minds going most of the time? Is it in the negative direction? Is it in the I'm freaking out in this moment because I'm late and I'm trying to keep up? Or is it in what I want and where I want to go, and do I feel good now?
But it's determining what it is you want, where you want to go, what you need. It's funny because I had a mother and a daughter sitting in front of me yesterday, and one of those happenstance readings, I get that all the time. And what I really like to work with is the young people, because they are at the sweet spot in their life. They are a product of their parents' patterns. Lots of times, mums have filled in the blanks. They've taught their daughters their weak spot and got them rolling. But they're having a hard time still identifying who they are within that. This girl was really emotional about stuck. Am I okay? Is it okay for me to be alone? Is it okay for me to not want people? Well, yeah. But they're always waiting to be judged, and
Young people?
yeah, and they have a hard time accepting that it's just okay to be who you need to be. There's a whole talk on that, but I really want to tell the story today
Okay.
and tell it quick,
And
because
this-
you know how I talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a lady in front of me. This is where you can use readings to change your life completely. And I had a woman in front of me. She was brought by another client, and she was in her second marriage, and her first marriage, her husband had passed away and left her with 2 boys. When she sat in front of me, the husband stepped up and said to me, she believes I've committed suicide. And I said that to her, and she started to weep and said,
gosh.
yes, that's right. And he said, this is why. And he started to flash me the pictures of dry, sunny day, rural road, treed. He said that's what's made it suspect for her. And
Also.
and she said, yes, that's right. Then he said, he started to show me the pictures of the car in my head. He had it roll. He said, it didn't do this, it did this, and he crunched it up. And she said, yup. And then he put me in his body. That's weird when that happens. And I kind of went,
Whoa.
whoop. And I felt myself, you know that feeling? We have all done it. You're driving on a rural road, and you've been doing it for hours, and you're tired, and you get that.
Hypnotized.
As he did that, as he was dropping, he put a bottle of medication in front of me, and he said, I had been suffering from depression for many years. This is why. And she said, yes, that's right.
I just got chills.
But what she didn't know was the medication was making me tired. And he hadn't spoken to her. And he showed me how he drifted over the line
Oh my
and
God.
he got hit. And she said, yes, the OPP proved that he'd line drifted and been hit.
But yet
she
she
believed
thought-
because he had been depressed for so many
He
years
did it himself on purpose.
that he'd done it on purpose. So he said, no,
What a way
it
to
was a
go.
complete accident. But she spent 15 years thinking this.
Oh,
Now she's got
my.
2 grown boys. The oldest boy is having a hard time. They had to medicate. As lots of people are nowadays. Don't get me going on that topic. But anyway, so they, but the problem was she was freaking out because she believed that this is what her husband had done, and
Right.
now her oldest son was suffering.
Well-
And he said, no, it was an accident. He's going
Unbelievable.
to be okay. And then started to go in about, this is what we need to do for him.
I love that. You're filling
But-
in the gaps, let's say,
Yes.
that people had in their lives and helping them to move ahead.
But took the stress off too in so many ways. That's why it's moments like that. I know why I'm
doing
okay with all the work that I've done. I'm okay with
Yeah.
because we go through so many things in a day. I was at a party I did on Saturday. As soon as we sat down and started to read, doors were opening by themselves and footsteps and things
No.
dropping off the walls and you know,
Sue-Ann, what happens around you? That's something.
yeah, all in a day.
So there was a time, though, that you thought this was not a great thing to have this gift because you're like,
yeah, you know, use the word gift lightly.
okay.
It is what it is. And when you go through doing this type of thing and the type of information that you get exposed to, it can be really, really heavy some days.
What a privilege.
Lots of
though.
days. I love what I do to my core. I stand up and do it from my heart. But back to manifestation, and we're going to talk about this again.
Yeah, we have to.
Because there's so many key things. I want to talk to you about doing dream boards and how effective they are.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about setting up lists
Yeah.
and priorities.
Oh, yeah.
Well, stay tuned because every 2 weeks, Sue-Ann Bavlinka does join us on the side of Daytime here for the Daytime Roundtable. Can't believe this is our time. This is it. Thank you, thank you.
Whips.
It
by.
does
Goes by.
went by, but that was a really great story.
Thanks.
All
Thanks,
right, we are going to a break. When we come back,
Find out how you can win the prize of the week. Oh yeah, that's a good one. There,
Oh,
I love
this
this
is a
prize
good
of the
one.
week.